Hello again. Now, the trial of Ntuthuko Shoba, accused of ordering a hit on his pregnant girlfriend, has been postponed. Shoba is the alleged mastermind behind Tshegofatso Pule's brutal murder in June 2020. We are in the third week of the trial, and WhatsApp exchanges between Pule and the accused have been taking center stage. Shoba pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now we find out what's behind the postponement. Our reporter Silindelo Masikane has been following proceedings in court today. Good afternoon, Slee. Well, you were in the High Court in Johannesburg. Why are we getting a postponement at this stage?
Well, Bradan, we're officially in the third week of the Ntuthuko Shoba trial in the Johannesburg High Court. And what we understood what was going to happen today, Bradan, was that the defense, Shoba's legal team, had requested to recall the first witness that was brought by the state, which was Tshegofatso Pule's friend, Tshepiso Zita. They said that they still had some outstanding questions that they would have liked to ask her, and the state had originally objected, but then decided that they would withdraw that objection and allow the defense to recall that first witness. She did come today. We spent about 30 minutes in court with Shoba's lawyers putting to her Shoba's version of events in terms of the weeks running up to Tshegofatso Pule's death, in terms of an original attempt, or should I say a first attempt, at Pule's life, where she was supposed to go for a job interview at a restaurant, as well as threats that she was getting from an unknown number. So those were the questions that were posed to her today in terms of Shoba's version of events. But also we were expecting another police officer to give their testimony with regards to the phone that was found at Shoba's house during his arrest, which is where the WhatsApp messages between Pule as well as Shoba were found. However, the reason for the postponement is that that particular police officer is out of town and unfortunately could not make it back to be able to make it to the stand today. And so the state said that that particular police officer would be able to give testimony on Thursday.
Okay, what is the family saying about this delay?
Well, of course, it's frustrating for the family. You know, we started off quite strong, I think, with this particular matter, where for 2 weeks we were sitting in court proceedings every day, listening to testimony from Tshegofatso Pule's family and friends to the convicted murderer himself, Malepane, who actually spent about 3 days on the stand during cross-examination, with the defense trying to really poke holes in his story, as well as assassinate his character, and saying that he's really just trying to implicate Shoba in a murder that was solely committed by Malepane, and that Shoba had nothing to do with it. But the family says until this trial wraps up, they really can't begin with that process of mourning, that process of trying to find closure. So they're hoping that hopefully by the end of this week, we would have gotten some headway in terms of getting finality to this trial, because this last witness by the state, the police officer, is supposed to be the last witness that's going to be called. But let's just take a listen to what Sankatake had to say to me after court this morning.
I wish I could articulate more, especially on the defense side, but I am hoping that they put him on the stand because given the version that has been given in court about how he intends to defend himself, sounds like there's a lot of explaining to do from himself. So I hope he takes the stand. Also just to explain as to what actually happened, what transpired, maybe to give his side of the story and then put this thing to rest.
And finally, do we know how Shoba's legal team planning to defend him?
Not at this stage. I must say that his legal team is keeping their cards very close to their chest. Even when you try to engage them during breaks or after court proceedings, they don't really want to say who they're going to be calling. We are expecting the state to wrap up their witness list this week. So whether who they're going to call to take to the stand is still at this point a mystery, and whether Shoba himself is going to take the stand still remains to be seen. As you've heard from the uncle of Tshegofatso Pule, there's a lot of questions that he needs to answer to, and at this point, his defense or his lawyers may be compelled to put him on the stand, but we will see as the trial unfolds, Pradan.
Thank you very much, Silindelo Masikane.